Hello, everyone. This is North Hempstead Town Supervisor Judi Bosworth. Thank you for tuning in to our At Home series celebrating the holiday season. We have a diverse slate of extremely exciting programs to help you get into the holiday spirit, including episodes celebrating Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa. We hope you enjoy this special presentation, which includes a greeting from our town board, special holiday traditions, a book reading, and many more things. So now, let's get started and celebrate the holiday season together.
This is Councilwoman Viviana Russell from the 1st District of the Town of North Hempstead, and I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year.
Hi, my name is Peter Zuckerman, Councilman for District 2, and I'm here to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I'm Angelo Ferrara, Councilman from District 3. I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hello. I am Councilwoman Veronica LURVEY. This holiday season, I wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas and peace, health, and happiness into the new year.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and a very Happy New Year. This is a beautiful holiday with the lights all over in the towns, on the streets, and we look forward to it every year.
Hi everyone, my name is Mariann Dalimonte. I am the Town of North Hempstead Councilwoman for District 6. I just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year.
Hello, this is Charles Berman, Receiver of Taxes. I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I want to take the moment to wish you all a very, very merry and safe Christmas season this year, and have a happy and safe New Year.
The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of Sir Sugar Plums danced in their heads.
And Mama and her kerchief and I and my cap had to settle down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and drew up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. a bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger side of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down on a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight,
Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Merry Christmas!
Very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you believe in, God bless you.
You know, I know it's Christmas time, but it's really Christmas time when we start to light this tree.
We decorate our homes and our community spaces with love and beauty. And we come together to celebrate community and light over darkness. I won't speak too much more because I can't wait to light this gorgeous tree and for somebody special to arrive.
Town of North Hempstead. I know this year has been a little different, but don't you worry. Christmas will not be canceled this year. We are making a list, checking it twice to make sure you still get your gifts. The elves have loaded up the sleigh, and Rudolph and all my reindeer are waiting to deliver your gifts in a safe way. From all of us at the North Pole, Merry Christmas!
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in this video. So in about 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to create this super cool and simple Christmas painting landscape. All right, so to start out, some of the supplies you want to have is watercolor paper, a pencil, paper towels, have some kind of water cup, flat brushes, and one small round brush. And we're going to be using acrylic paint. All right, you kind of mostly need all these colors right here. You can also do this in watercolor if you'd like. If you don't have acrylic paint, you can also do this on canvas. But I'm doing this in acrylic paint if you have, follow along. So to start out, estimate where the halfway point is on your paper and then go 2 inches down. And you're going to make a nice line. It doesn't have to be super straight. It can be a little wavy. You're just going to make a line. And what we're going to do next is taking your flat brush. All right, make sure that you dipped it in the water, and you can remove a little extra water if you need to. And we're going to take some blue and some white, and we're going to make a nice sky blue. All right, so I'm going to be mixing directly on the paper. If you prefer to mix all the sky blue on a separate container and then add it to the paper, you can do that also. Also, if you're using a canvas, that's fine also. All right, so I'm mixing directly on the paper, but feel free to mix separately and then add it to the paper. And when you're moving the paintbrush, do try to keep moving it left to right. All right, it's okay if you have to move it up and down a little bit towards the edge, but when you're moving it left and right, it really helps to smooth the colors and to smooth the paint, and it makes it look like one nice color, like they're all the same colors kind of. All right, so we'll do this for about a minute more or so, but I'm just taking blue, white, adding it on the paper and mixing it directly onto the paper. Now you're going to continue all the way up to the line that you had made a couple seconds ago. All right, so that line, it's going to separate the sky from the ground. We're going to be making it look like there's snow on the ground and that the sky is blue. All right, so almost done with the sky. If you'd like, you can add, some little clouds in there. I'm kind of keeping mine a bit more simple because I'm not really adding much clouds in there, just kind of focusing on getting it like nice and blended and making the shading look all nice. So it's also okay if you move the brush up and down a little bit, but try to go over it again, left to right. That way it makes the sun look all nice and, not the sun, the sky. Okay, so I think right now the sky seems to be pretty good. Make sure that you get a nice straight line if you can at that bottom part. So that way it doesn't have to be super straight, but just try to get it to be as clean as possible. All right, I'm actually going to go back and clean it up down a little bit and making a nice straight line. I'm just holding the flat brush, angling it a little bit, and I'm dragging it along. Okay, awesome. So that part is done. Now, here comes another fun part. We're going to be doing finger painting. We're going to be using the color green. If you don't have green, you can mix green by using yellow and blue, and we're going to make a tree. So the tree, it's in the shape of a triangle, and you can use your index finger or your pinky, but what you're going to be doing is, I'm using my index finger. So you're going to be making these little rows of dots. So starting out, you can make the first row maybe have like 6 or 7. And then what you want to do is for each row after that, you want it to kind of have a little less dot. So that way it makes it look like it's a triangle kind of slightly going up, because when you look at a Christmas tree, it's a bit wider at the bottom and then smaller and a bit pointy at the top. So that's what we're going to try to do. If you do not want to paint with your fingers, feel free to use I mean, you can use a brush, but I would say to use a bigger brush if you have like a big round brush, so that way you can get the nice circles. That'll be good. All right, so just like that, we're also going to make about 3 trees. So you can make some bigger trees, some smaller trees. It's really up to you. And I'm going to make another tree that's kind of closer to us. And I'm starting with the first row of the dots. Well, I guess, yeah, the finger dots or whatever it is. And it might start getting a little messy. So when you press on the paint, you kind of want to have a little bit of paint hanging off. Just so that way when you press your finger on the paper or canvas, there's like a lot of paint that can come up. So I guess just be careful to not like just flatten your hand on the paint when you pick it up. It'll actually just make it very messy. You just want to put your finger on the paint lightly and then put it down on the paper lightly also. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of going up, kind of in the shape of a triangle, which is what we want. And we're starting to have these Christmas trees in there, right? And they're looking pretty good. I think I'm going to make another tree in the middle of those 2 trees, and I'll make that one a little skinnier and a little taller. Yeah, I think that looks very good. So since this one is going to be a little skinnier, I'm going to maybe just do 5 dots to start with. But I do want to make it taller, so I'm gonna, the rows, I might do like 3 rows that are about the same and then have it get smaller as it goes towards the top. But if maybe you'd like to do only 2 trees, that's fine. Maybe you want to do more than 3 trees. Really up to you, but this is just a quick and cool way to create some lovely Christmas trees, all right? And we are going to add some Christmas ornaments. I have not forgotten about that. So I'm just taking the time to add some more green dots in any of the spaces that I missed. And make sure you clean your finger when you're done with the paper towel. And so, all right, so it's looking pretty good. I would say, right. Oh, also, if you have brown, that would be awesome. I forgot to mention brown. Next, we're going to use white. And the same thing, you're just going to add the white all around the sky. And this is kind of going to be like little snow falling. You can make it big dots, small dots, really up to you. And you only have to add those dots up to that, like you want to keep it in the sky. You wouldn't really add the dot on the white part of the paper because it's already white. So it wouldn't really show through much. Okay, so think of it like little snow falling. I made mine pretty big. You can make yours a little smaller if you'd like. Okay, but add as much snow as you would like, and then clean the finger again. And now we're going to use our small pointy round brush. All right, now I'm going to be adding a bit of, well, no, this is actually, if you have brown, we're going to be using brown to add like the bottom part of the tree. I had forgotten to add brown to mine. So to mix brown, you kind of need to mix red, blue, and yellow plus white. But for brown, you should be adding a lot more red and yellow and a little bit of blue. All right, because if not, you're going to get something like this, which is a bit more gray. But I'll show you right now. I'll start adding kind of like just red and yellow, and you'll see how that'll kind of start to turn a bit more of a brown, actually brown color instead of a gray color. So it's usually half yellow, half red, and just a very, very small amount of blue. You don't really need that much blue, or if any at all sometimes. And then what I'm going to do for the bottom of it, I'm just making kind of like an unfinished rectangle, and then I'm filling it in. You can make this as long as you need to. I kept the stump pretty short. All right. So I recommend to draw it out first, and then you color it in. Perfect, just like that. It looks pretty good. And finally, for our last tree. This is looking really awesome. I'm really loving how this is looking like. And I'm surprised we did it all in 10 minutes. It looks really, really, really awesome. Okay, so now for the ornaments, we're going to start with red. You want to just keep using your round brush. Make sure you rinsed it. And all you're going to do is make little dots in between the green bigger dots you had made. All right, that's kind of supposed to look like the round ornaments that you would see in a Christmas tree. All right, so you don't have to add a lot because you do want to save some space to add some yellow ornaments. Okay, so I've added a good amount of red, and then I'm going to just rinse my brush real quick, and then I'll add a bit of yellow. And then after that, we will actually be done. If you'd like, you can continue adding some more details. Maybe you can add gifts by the trees, or maybe you can add animals. Think of other ways to customize your work. All right, you can also add some stars to the trees. Really take the time to personalize it, and maybe you can give this to someone as a gift. Okay, awesome. So I think we're all done. It looks awesome. So thank you everyone for joining me in the video, and I will see you in another video.
No matter what holiday you celebrate, this is always an extraordinarily special time of year. Unfortunately, we're not able to join together for the holidays as we normally would due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But we can still join together as family, friends, and neighbors to celebrate the holiday season, even if we're doing it virtually. So let's all work to spread some kindness and joy to each other. We hope that you enjoyed this special edition of NHTV at Home. On behalf of the town of North Hempstead, I'd like to wish you a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season.